Oh, it's in finance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Monthly financial. All right, from here I forget what to go into.
Read them all. Which one makes the most sense?
Store manager reports.
Well, if you read
I would.
Nick, I said read them all. If you did, you would have seen that's the only one.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. That's when I say read them all. You got to read them all, man.
Good morning.
Good morning, Daniel. How are you today?
Doing good yourself?
I'm all right.
Want to say I just stopped in today to see how you guys are doing, see if I can be of any assistance, see if you guys have any questions, and then obviously since I'm here, maybe go over some of the information. But before we get into that, how are things?
Good.
Any questions, issues, concerns?
I guess a thank you for the whole Berwyn thing. It'll be good to just go to a different store
I think
and just
so too,
see how things are going, at other store locations.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a great learning experience. I think it'll be. I'm gonna be there the first day you're there. But
Okay.
I spoke to Wally. I'm gonna yes, the first week or maybe just the first day, kind of the lay of the land information.
Right.
But I want you to kind of take charge of the store while you're there. So I think it'll be a great learning experience.
Yeah, I'm excited for that reason.
Yeah.
I always thought that if you can be in different stores just to see how other stores run, it's like being trained for more than just one way. So I think
every store's a little different. So I agree with that.
So I don't want to say I'm nervous, but I'm more of an excited nervous, I guess, because I don't know what I'm going into.
For sure.
But
and it's okay to be nervous. That's fun too. So
But I think it's more of an exciting nervous because I just want to learn, from every perspective that I can learn.
And I think going there, so Wally's a workhorse. She 100% is just like work the whole time. The two customer service coordinators that are there, because they only have two coordinators. One is somewhat new. I say he's only been there, I want to say 3 months, right around there.
Right.
And the other one's been there probably over a year now. But I don't see that in them like that, that take charge. Kind of know what needs to get done. I don't see that in them. So I'm kind of hoping you can also help develop them in that aspect.
Yeah.
Not only run the store, but help develop the two people that are there.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I just don't want to step on her toes. That's...
Yeah, and I agree with that. And that's where, I think as long as we're together the first week and me the first day and you guys all right, Wally should be these are my expectations. This is what I want to get done.
Right.
These are my goals and these are the things we have to accomplish. Now you figure out how to get there will be good, right? But I think we need to have that first sit down with Wally of expectations and things that we want to accomplish.
I think that would be great. That way we're all on the same page with
Exactly.
everything. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm excited too.
So
next week, right?
Next week, right? Monday, Tuesday, and
Friday.
It was Thursday or Friday. Yeah, Friday.
Something like that.
Yeah. But we'll go over that, I guess, before.
Yeah, and I'll be there Monday. I was just telling Alpha I'll be there Monday, but I have a meeting pretty much from 8 till 9:30.
Okay.
And now I'm thinking about it, I might not go till that meeting is over. That would give you and Wally a little bit of time to sit down, kind of know it. And then I'll leave my house at 9:30, which puts me there at 10:30. And then I have another meeting at 12, from 12 to 1 that I can take from there. And then besides that, we'll figure it out.
Cool. I'm excited.
All right. So, have you guys looked at the P&L for December?
I have not, no.
All right. Let's pull it up. Let's look at it.
Okay, so I am in DG2.
I don't know. Do you need to look at all the details?
No, static. You need to go back one.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm in the wrong place?
Yep.
You were in the right page, you selected the wrong one.
Yeah, we don't want the PDF one. We want the Excel one. So you can close that one.
Select the one that says static.
Wait, and this is the right.
Yep, that's the right one. It's one of the two Excels that are on the bottom.
Store at the very bottom. Oh, static.
Yep.
There it is. Is that always the one? The one at the very
Yeah.
bottom?
Either of the two will work. One of them, there's a drill down function that the other one doesn't have, and sometimes it's not working.
Do I have a
but,
manager downstairs
for
to
the most
edit
part, it's
a
working.
rewards card?
Okay.
All right. So now where are you going?
All right, I guess we'll start from the top.
Okay.
So, right off the bat, I'm looking at domestics or.
All right.
A lot
but what are you
further
looking
down.
at? What store are you looking at?
Oh, am I looking the wrong? Oh my God, I'm looking at York. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot it's all the stores. So, are we still just in York here? What's going on? They're all on the same page, right?
Nope.
They're not. What did I do wrong here?
Nothing. It's somewhere on that page, but you have to find it.
Okay, I remember it being closer to the bottom before.
It is.
Yes. Let me go closer to the bottom here. I'm getting to the bottom here, and I'm not.
You're not seeing it. That's right. It's not there.
Not there.
It's on that page. You're just in the wrong section of that page.
I went too far down, I guess, when I started back
Not
up.
really.
Is it all by
Let
the
me know when
number?
you want a clue.
Because this is 17284. Is this going to be it? 17283? Is it all like
nope.
number wise?
It's all by region.
I'm in the wrong region.
You're in the wrong region.
Ah. Well, that'll make a difference, I'm sure.
I
all right.
You know how to get to the other region.
I want to find out.
Let me know what you want me to tell you.
I don't want you to tell me. Up right here.
There you
Now we got it. Okay, so yeah, that's where I messed up. I have to go to the region first.
Yes.
All right. There we are. Now we're here.
All right. So let's look at this. And again, this is December, right? Because January hasn't come out.
Right,
so.
right.
So let's look at this. So textile, it looks like we're up. Domestics were down a little bit.
Not as bad as the other one I was just looking at, though, so that's, I guess, good.
Yep. Furniture, you're kind of right there where your budget is. You're $7 over. Your shoes, you're over by $1,000 or 33%, and your wares, you're over by $6,000 or 19%.
Right. I'm actually interested in the shoes because we haven't been getting the shoes in. I mean, we've been getting donations of shoes, but I'm just surprised that we're actually where we are without getting anything delivered.
No. You gotta remember, if we're selling our shoes at the right price,
Yep, right.
then we're gonna get it over the budget.
Yeah, if we didn't get enough in, though.
Doesn't matter. Well, we're selling it at the right price.
Okay. I guess we're $7.
It's exactly right. We got to sell the right price and right seasonality, merchandising. You're obviously doing something right because you're 33% over in shoes.
Yeah.
So overall, everything looks really healthy. I'm not worried about the domestics, $300.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, we took some space off from domestics to convert it to clothing.
Yep.
If I had to like nitpick and just say something, right, and it's not bad, is I just
Textiles?
yeah, I mean it's up 2,000.
But not up by a lot.
Right, like your main categories are textile, shoes, and wares.
Right.
Those are the main ones.
Yeah.
Shoes, you're over 33%. Wares, you're over by 20. Textile, only 4. Now, granted, I'm just nippy. You're still over, so I wouldn't like it's good.
But it's not healthy. It's not. It's not
it's healthy. You're over budget by 4%. It's not like it's good. I'm just, and the first thing that came to mind, why are we like double digits over in the other departments and not in textile? Just a thought that came into my head. Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Can we
You're
look at
still
versus
good.
last year on textile, please?
Can we look at what I'm sorry?
Versus last year on textile?
Yep. Yeah.
So last year you had 44,000.
Yep.
You're over by 4,000
Yep.
or 9%.
What was the difference, Nick, between
Wait,
last year and this year?
Why am I not
So this is actual budget
Right.
variance
Here's
a
last
dollar.
year here.
Yep. And
Okay.
then
I
here's
was
last
looking
year.
at
So that's what
year
you did last year.
Yeah,
There's your
yeah.
variance to last year and your percentage.
So asking you, Nick, what's the difference between last year and this year at this time?
Well, you were coming in the middle of December.
We
So
made price adjustments.
we did make price
We did all
adjustment.
kinds of stuff at that time.
Right.
So, and now we're competing with our own numbers from the previous year too.
Right. But I feel like
Go up a
December,
little bit.
like we did do that, but by the time you actually had gotten here and we got to it, I would say it was closer to the end of December. Because you got here midway through. by the time we actually made all the changes. You know, I don't know if we did it on the first day, but I know it was quick. But we're still splitting between
and nothing is like, don't get me wrong, it's not bad.
Oh.
But even to last year, you're over in wares by
Yeah.
20%, over
Right.
in shoes by 40%.
I remember wares was it.
Textile.
I remember wares being an issue last year.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
you're over in wares by 22%, or close to $7,000. So again, I'm just like, it's just an idea that came to my mind, like double digits on the other two main categories. But it's still, we're good. I'll round that to 10% over last year.
Yep.
And 4.5 over budget, which is good.
Okay, I gotta ask then.
Yeah, sure.
I remember you, I don't know if you remember this, but one of the first times we ever talked, you sat me down and you asked me what I thought was wrong with the store at the time.
Yeah.
And I was already told before we had met that it was the wares. And now thinking back, I know why. At the time, I just, I knew we didn't have enough employees and we weren't getting, we were in the thousands under for what we needed at the time. But if that's the case, how are we still above 22% if we didn't even have enough wares processors last year?
Well, last year you only did $30,000.
Yeah.
Right.
This year you did 37, so you're over by close to 7,000, 6,700 and something.
But this 6,700 is to last year's number, right?
You're over 22% to last year's number.
So if we were over 22%, how is that possible if we didn't even make enough wares up to get to our goals? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Right.
I would think it would be less, right?
So remember this, your goal is your dollar amount. It's
Right.
not a piece goal. Now, the piece goal is there to like kind of give you a guidance like, hey, if you don't change anything, like you don't change your pricing strategies, you don't change your merchandising, you don't change anything, here's your piece goal. If you stay status quo, you need to hit all these pieces to make your dollars.
Right.
But there's a lot of variables there. You can increase your prices.
Right.
So what happens when you increase your prices? You have to do less pieces to hit your goal.
Right.
Or you can merchandise better, or even just heck, customer service. And
Yeah.
having more people come back is going to increase
Right,
your sales.
right.
But if that piece goal is really just there to tell you, listen, if you don't change one thing from what you did last year, this is the amount of pieces you have to do.
Right. So if we do change and make things improved, then
Then you have to do less pieces to
less
hit that
pieces.
goal.
Less pieces. I just remember us being like a lot down, and then when Alpha got here, like that completely changed. We got to our goals, and we did, go over in prices. I remember the 199 was a big one. We were doing a lot of 199s, and I remember one of the first changes was like, hey, let's go closer to 299 unless it really needs to be 199, which I agree with. And I don't know, is this like the variant? Okay. The variance for last. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say the variance for last year. Is that just to the? I want to word this right. Is it just to what we actually produced last year? Like if we produced 20,000 pieces, and I'm just using it as an example. Is it by the money that we made off what we actually produced, or is it the money?
This is actual money from everything.
Okay.
Yes, 90% of it is probably stuff you produce.
Right.
But let's just say, and I don't know if this is the case, because it's probably not, but let's just say you got central processing help. You didn't produce those pieces, but you would see the dollars in because you sold them here.
Right.
So this is just money that went through your register.
Okay.
Whether you produced it here, which more cases than not, yes, you produced
Yeah,
it here.
yeah.
But there's going to be a few one-offs where, I don't know, you got rotational textile.
Right.
You didn't produce those here. You
Right.
just put those out because they already have price tags.
Right.
on it. Or you got like CP support. You didn't produce those here, but you
Right.
put them out because they have price tags on it. This is just items rung at your register.
Okay.
What went through your register, whether it was produced here or not, this system doesn't know. This just says you sold this dollar amount here.
Okay, well that makes sense.
So, and this, I don't know if this will help explain anything. So last year in wares, you guys did 30,300.
Mhm.
When we did budget, we only increased your budget. What is that by $600?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So two reasons on this. One, when we did budgets, first off, we didn't know that Alpha was going to have the store because we probably did the budgets in April.
Right.
But we were also really, really concerned with the amount of wares we had in our warehouse. So
Right.
like you guys are a store that orders a lot of raw, right? To
Of
be
course,
able to hit
yeah,
the
yeah.
production numbers. When we were doing budgets, we were like really worried that we were gonna run out of wares.
Right.
That's why we did the caps, and we were very conservative on doing budgets, especially for wares, and even more so for stores like Easterl that is dependent on ordering that raw wares. Let's just say like Berwyn, they never order raw wares. We were still conservative, but not as much as a store like Easterl that
Right.
has to request it in, because we were actually thinking you might order 20 Gaylords, we might not have them for you.
Right.
So we were really conservative on the increase on the wear side of it.
Right. Now the reason for Berwyn not ordering raw wares is because they get so many donations.
Tons of donations.
Yeah.
Berwyn doesn't order anything.
Right. They're sending stuff
Their
out.
trucks are empty. The only thing you're going to see on their trucks is going to be Gaylords, cap spaces, and the mandatory specials. Berwyn has even told me, and I said no because I don't think it's a good idea, that like they don't even want special surplus. Like, we have enough products here, we don't need anything else.
Right. Well, are they sending out raw wares for other stores?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. They send out. They get 4 trucks a week, double stacked, and I want to say.
They're long trailers.
I want to say at least half of it is raw. The other half is probably just their second sort and trash and things like that. But I'll talk about Berwyn. There's Wally.
Nice.
Let me answer that. So the store manager. Buenos días, Wally, o tardes. Sí. Okay. Perfecto. Bueno, muchísimas gracias, Wally.
Sorry, I was looking at
Yep, no, it's good.
So I'm looking at the new goods, but we talked about that the last time.
I brought up new goods at my Friday meeting. We don't know why there's a Halloween either budget and sales, because you guys had no new goods Halloween.
Right.
A question came up that if it was packed away from last year. I said no.
No.
So Cheryl is getting with finance to figure out why some stores are that. I don't know.
Oh, we're not the only one.
No, you're not the only one.
Okay.
No, Kendick has it too. They have new goods, but they didn't get Halloween new goods.
Right.
There's a few issues with that, so I don't have an answer for you, but I just want Cheryl working with finance to figure it out.
So are they actually giving us credit for selling Halloween new goods that we didn't deserve?
You got $526 of Halloween new goods sold.
And we didn't.
You didn't get any. Now,
Interesting.
your Simply Good Solutions should be in just that new goods category.
Right.
I'm not saying this is what happened, but it could be something. Maybe some of their stuff was ringing up as Halloween.
That was
I
one of
don't
my next
know.
questions. There's stuff
gift
ringing
cards.
up.
Maybe they're gift cards or something. It shouldn't, right?
Right.
It should be a separate column. But no one really knows why some stores are getting that.
Okay.
So we stop right there and we look at your total revenue.
Right. So we are over by 16%
Yep.
on that.
16%,
13, almost 14,000. Yeah.
So in this case, without continuing, it looks good. In fact, your hourly employees would get a bonus based off that.
Right.
Now, if you sell $1 million, but you spend $2 million,
Right,
it's not
right.
good. So
Not
now
good.
here's where we gotta go into a little more detail. Let's drill down and kind of see how our expenses are to see if we're really doing a good job.
Right. Okay.
So your number one highest expense is your salary and wages.
Right. Right.
Salary and wages are kind of tricky to look at a P&L because there is what they call accrual PTO. If you look at it year to date, that would balance out because it is budgeted. But the way it hits your P&Ls, it's always going to be different. It's based off how many employees have worked, how much PTO, and how many hours they work. Because for X amount of hours, they gain PTO.
Right. Right.
it also has a lot to do with your cash out for PTO.
Yeah.
For the most part, we budget for that. So let's just say I take my PTO payout every year in December. All right, I see that trend and I can budget. But it's not always the case. Like, for example, in mine, I always do, every year I did my PTO payout in February because that's when my anniversary is, and I always save them to the end.
Right.
I'm assuming Cheryl budgeted for my PTO payout in February because I've been here, going to be 15 years in February. I've always done PTO payout in February. For the past 14 years, I've done it in February. This year, I said, you know what, I want it in December. And I did my PTO payout in December. That was not budgeted in December.
Right.
So it throws it off. At the end of the year, it should balance out.
Because your February will look better than your December.
Right,
because you took it in
exactly.
December.
And that's kind of the same concept for accrual PTO. Do you guys know how to look at how much, for example, right there, you were budgeted 49,000, you spent 52, you
Right.
were over by 2,000.
Right.
Do you know if that's accrual PTO, overtime, or what that is?
I don't think it's going to be much overtime because we've made it a situation that
So
no one's getting overtime.
Is it accrual, or is it that's just your regular wages? Do you know?
Well, I'm looking at this bonus and
Nope,
non-budget.
we're on the same line. Let's keep on
Okay,
line.
we're on the
Employee
same-
salary and wages. I'll give you the
Okay.
answer. I know you don't know. There's no way in looking at that. In fact, one of the things we brought up on Friday was, can we get finance to do a separate line for accrual?
Okay.
But the way to check it is, if you go to your labor reports and you pull up your December, it'll tell you how much you spent on actual wages.
Okay.
Your accrual is not there, but that's when you said, all right, I spent 52,000 on wages, that says 52,
Right.
there was no accrual there. But if your labor reports say 49 and this says 52, you can make the assumption that the other 3,000 is your accrual PTO.
Can you go? I hate to ask this because I feel like I should know, but the word accrual, I know it was explained to me. I don't hear it very often. So is there a way you can tell me again exactly what it means, accrual?
Yes and
And
no.
I'm sorry to.
Yes and no, but no, I feel the same. It's very confusing.
Yeah.
I still have a hard time getting my head around it, but basically what it is your PTO that the system accumulates through your hours worked.
Okay.
All right. So we tell you, yes, on your first year you have 20 days vacation.
Right.
But in reality, on the background, it accumulates based off hours worked.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Okay.
give it to you when your year is.
So I have to pay it back.
Yeah, but in reality, it accrues, it accumulates based off hours worked and time spent.
I gotta take this.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Okay.
So that's basically what it is. It takes 20 days vacation, because we pay for that. It's your vacation,
Right.
And it kind of adds it up based off time worked. The more hours you work, the more, and it'll balance out at the end of the year.
Right.
But
So it's almost like lending it out.
yeah, pretty
You're
much.
lending out the 20 days, but if a person doesn't work those hours, then it's off.
It's off in the system, like in your payroll system, but we already gave it to the employee. So
Right.
the employee's going to get it no matter what.
Yeah.
But in like the finance world of like balancing it out, it's based off time worked.
And that's
So
why
it adds up.
That's why we have to always be at 40 hours for a full-time employee.
Pretty much, yes and no. Because in reality, by law, it's 32 hours.
Right.
But Goodwill says, hey, but by law, you don't have to give 20 days vacation. We do.
Right.
So
I
we're
don't
like,
know
we'll
any other
give you-
company
I
that's
know.
ever given 20 days vacation.
And we say we'll give it to you, but we don't want 32 hours.
Right.
We want you to work 40 hours.
And that's fair, because
I
20
agree.
days
I think it's
vacation.
fair too.
I remember when I first saw that, I was like, do I really have all this time? Like, I almost was like, I thought it was a mistake.
Me, I thought the same thing. I mean, I've been here 15 years, so I get 29 days. That's a lot of
Yeah, you get a
freaking
whole month.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more than a month because I work 5 days a week.
Right.
Right? So in a month, I only work 20 days.
Yeah, so you get a month from the start, really.
Yeah, you get a month from the start.
That's unbelievable.
It is. So that's kind of the accrual process. It's just it's all the PTO that's accrued based off time worked.
I'm gonna grab a piece of paper. I just
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
write.
yeah, sure.
You know, I'm a note taker.
Yeah,
I
no,
love.
no, go ahead.
I'm actually in the process right now of going through all the notes that I have been writing the entire time I've been here, which is stacks and stacks. I'm trying to put it all in a booklet and make sure it's all organized. It's a process. It's turning into a process for sure, but it's good because. No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna keep looking at this.
Buenas tardes, Ingrid. Oye, Ingrid, una pregunta. A mí me ha estado mensajeando una persona que su hija trabaja, yo creo, como yo entendí, en Goodwill East. Esta es la mamá y me ha llamado como 2 veces y mandando mensajes. Que ha aplicado, que necesita trabajo. Me mandó un mensaje que aplicó en tu tienda. ¿Tú me puedes decir que si te la recibiste o qué? Nomás para decirle, obviamente yo no tomo ese...
¿Cuál es el nombre de la persona?
Sí, yo tengo el nombre, es Mirna Alvarado.
De la persona que aplicó.
La persona que aplicó, sí. Dice, yo solicité en Goodwill de Ephrata.
No, yo no veo en la lista. Si fue por Pegasoce, aquí no hay. Y si es por Merchandise Process, o que ya saque la requisición para que me lo cierre, porque ya está la parte, ¿cómo es que está el empleado cogido para esa requisición? Yo no tengo ninguna mina aquí.
Mirna E. Alvarado. No.
Déjame buscar, yo sé cómo buscar, voy a buscar aquí, a ver si ella aplicó. Ella aplicó el 1.29. Ya la encontré. Merchandise Process of Paradigm. Yo creo que esa fue la posición.
¿La encontraste?
Sí, sí la encontré. No sé por qué no se llamó a esto. ¿Será que Gabriel reclutó a la persona antes? Porque eso tuvo que haber sido la semana pasada. Pero sí, aquí está la aplicación.
Y
pero
no se le habló ni nada.
No,
Y-
nada.
¿Y por qué no?
Bueno, yo pienso que según se fueron aplicando, yo me imagino que fue que Gabriel, tan pronto esta es la posición que se abrió para este muchacho, para él, el de la
Community Service, sí.
Ajá.
Pero, sí, eso no puede ser interno, ok. Pero esa fue para qué posición? Merchandise Processor Part-Time. Ok. Bueno, entonces ahorita tienes posiciones abiertas para hablarle y decirle que vuelva a aplicar.
estoy, ya saqué los dos números de requisición para enviarle un mensaje a Chris de que me la borre porque sigo recibiendo y ya las dos posiciones que están cerradas.
Okay. Okay, bueno, yo le voy a hablar, le voy a decir que pues que ya ahí que no necesitas a nadie.
Pues se le hizo fuerza a ese señor y entonces, pues está bien, no puedo pedir más. Ahora si tú me pruebas a mí que no la cosa más, yo la cojo.
No, ahorita no necesitas a nadie. ¿Qué te iba a decir?
No,
Bueno,
que no necesito.
nomás le voy a hablar entonces para decirle que aplique en otra tienda.
Ok.
Okay, gracias Ingrid. Bye.
Okay.
Do you have any positions open?
At this time, no.
Okay.
We are fully staffed.
Okay.
So I was trying to get into the labor while you were,
They're probably timed out.
yeah, I just wanted to exit out of it.
You should have access.
So yeah.
Let's find out.
Yeah. No, you should.
My brother's going stir crazy. That's all. He's been stuck in a hole for the last 2 days with the snow. Almost to leave the house.
Yeah, I'm sure. I would be going crazy too.
They haven't plowed the road that she lives on.
Really?
They got plenty of groceries and stuff. No water. No
It's
worries.
just being home.
Yep.
Being found. Yeah.
They have every convenience you can think of.
Yeah, I know, but it's hard to be stuck inside
It
the
is.
house for days.
It is.
Alright, so I wrote, I don't know if I wrote this right, but I wrote accrual is time to pay back for the time you're given, like, as far as PTO goes.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, it's just the amount, the PTO, it's real, like I said, we give it to the employees,
Mhm.
but it builds up based off hours worked.
Right,
So
right.
that's where you'll see
You're going to
that.
find there's actually 2 different types of accrual, like the accrual that he's talking about. But some companies will have an accrual where you can earn it back literally, that you can track it. We'll say 1 point something hours per 40 hours
Yes.
worked.
Yeah, that's
And
how
you
that's
will
how it
slowly
was at my
see it.
my last job before I was
Yeah,
over
a
here.
lot of people do it.
Yeah,
like
that's
that,
how
yeah.
it was then. Yep. I didn't realize that was the definition of accrual though at the time, and I've heard it a few times, but I was always a little confused on, on what that actually meant. So, so under finance,
Yep, under finance.
labor reports.
You should have access to it. Let's see.
I would imagine they do.
Yeah, I think so. It's production.
Nope. Well, maybe.
Sure.
Send the request.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you don't have access to it.
But to get to it, it's under.
That's exactly how you get to it, the way you just did right there. You should hear back from IT to say that either it was granted or production manager don't have access to it. Alright, so let's go back to the labor report, or the P&L, I'm sorry. Alright, so that's how you would check what the overage is there. Again, it can be, it could have just been overtime, it could have been the accrual, it could have been, that's just regular wages, and maybe I budgeted so the way budgets work right now, and that was another topic of conversation on Friday. We usually budget based off the trend of the store. So, if this store was down 5 employees for most of the year, I'm going to budget for being down 5 employees. That's the way we have always done it. We actually talked Friday about we should probably budget for being fully staffed.
Yes.
We'll see what Colleen says. I know Colleen has always said no, you should budget to how the store has trended for the past 3 years, because it's rare to be fully staffed.
I get it, but if you don't budget for
I
fully
know.
staffed, then I'm going to be
You're gonna get
over
hurt.
on my report.
Yeah.
Which is
But
the
if
case
you
here.
do budget,
I already know
yeah.
the reason.
but if you do budget for fully staffed,
Yeah.
which is a rare occurrence, then it's like you're always helping yourself because you're never gonna get it.
The reason why we're slightly over is because one, there was a tiny bit of OT in there, but it's mostly Carlos. It's what's his name?
Generally,
No, not even
she
generally.
gets a little bit.
No, no. You're talking about Carlos's entire pay.
Yeah, because Jenny was here last year.
Yeah, we're talking about 2,000 of that amount is Carlos, like 2,000 plus.
Okay.
That's the difference. We
So
didn't
how-
have Carlos before the budget was made.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but-
I budgeted when you guys weren't fully staffed.
Okay,
And you're
so-
fully
so
staffed
now that
now.
we are-
So it's not accrual, it's not
not
PT,
accrual.
it's not overtime, it's just now you're fully staffed.
So if you're not
Not yet,
budgeted, but isn't the plan to always try to be fully staffed? I know if we're down someone, we're always
This
looking.
is the
It
reason
is.
why I said that.
And I agree with that. In fact, I was advocating for we should budget for being fully staffed. But our CFO has always said no, because the store is rarely fully staffed. And I see both sides of it. If you schedule fully staffed, but you're never fully staffed, I'm kind of like helping you because you're always going to be under.
I get it, but my retention rate has been so high in this past year that, I mean, when it comes around to budgeting, are you guys gonna? I've only lost one person.
I'll tell you why I side a little bit with the CFO, even though I said we should budget for fully staffed.
Yeah.
Even if I budget you for not being fully staffed and you are fully staffed,
Yeah.
you'll see the revenue side of it. Like
Of
for
course,
example,
the production.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I
So like
understand
for
that.
example, Carlos,
Yeah.
he wasn't in there. You're 2,000 over.
Right.
But how much are you over and where? So can you go up a little bit, and you should be more than that 3,000 over. You're over 6,000.
Yeah, we're over 6,000.
So it would still kind
It
of
offset. I
it
get
would
it.
offset
No,
it.
I understand.
And if you budget for fully staffed and you're not, it kind of helps your net.
That was going to be my next
A
question.
little bit. It does.
Doesn't it? It gives you a
And if
little.
you're under budget,
Yeah.
it would still compensate for the revenue side of it.
I just don't think looking at it at a 3-year clip is the best thing, because who's to say with the economy the way it is, pricing going up, the need for more workers, increase the budget,
Yeah.
increase everything. It's
Right.
eventually there's got to be some kind of a
Yeah.
give.
No, I agree. And like I
and-
said, I voted on we should budget for the fully staffed because I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think we should. But I do see Colleen's side of
I
it.
do.
Like, hey, you're not budget that way because you're never fully staffed. Look at your last 3-year trends. You've always been down an average of 2 people. So budget for that because that is your trend. And if you happen to go over in wages, you'll see the benefit on the revenue side. So it'll offset the budget.
I just kind of think they should do it annually. They should take a look at the picture and see how long they actually were fully staffed.
Well, that's how we do it, because we do it annually, and we go back, but it gives you your average of 3 years.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, and I'm making this number up because I don't remember, I can say each girl
Yeah.
has been consistently down an average of 2.5 FTEs. FTEs is full-time employed.
Yeah.
So, if you have been consistently down 2.5 FTEs, well, I should budget what your average is.
Right.
Being down 2.5.
Yeah, I see both.
I see both sides.
Yeah, I
I
do
do.
see.
Now, I voted to budget fully staffed. We'll
Yeah.
see what happens. But I see that. I'm like, if you've never done it and your average is 2.5, then I'll budget you what your ever average is. If you happen to become fully staffed, yes, you're going to be over like you
Yeah.
are there, but you should also be over in revenue, so it'll compensate for, like with a
Yeah.
2.5.
So
I see both sides.
If you were to budget fully staffed, right, and we were down 2 people, does that actually create a cushion?
It does create a cushion
Yeah.
for the store.
Okay, all right. Let me make sure I'm
It does,
following
yes,
this right.
That's exactly what it
It creates
does,
a
which is why I think Colleen doesn't want us to budget fully staffed.
I get it. But my thing is that if we're not fully staffed and the expectation is we have a budget and we have to meet that number, then it should be a realistic expectation that we should have what do you call them? The job requisitions out there and about to pull in talent so that we can train them and keep the store at what it's supposed to be at. I mean,
I do get their side because they're looking at it like they're spending money, like more money, because they think that the store's fully staffed when it's actually not.
Yeah.
So they're budgeting for more employees than what's actually there to a store that's not.
Or they're
average.
budgeting for less employees.
I'm sorry, less. Yeah. I'm saying it wrong,
we're
but that's
budgeting you for less because you have never been fully staffed.
yeah.
And if I budget you for fully staffed and you're never there because you haven't been there the last few years, it really does build this cushion for your net. Where
I get it, Daniel.
Yeah.
I get it. But
I get it too, and I see both sides.
so. Carlos accounts for 2,000 of that, but we're still a little higher than 2,000.
I'm not worried
that.
about
Was
that,
just a
yeah.
ballpark.
Even the 2,000 is really low. Like I wouldn't
Yeah.
worry about that. Like it's
It's if you look at Carlos's exact wage, he's probably around 23, 24, and then you have
a little bit of accrual, a little bit of PTO,
accrual,
a little bit of
you have,
overtime, a
hey,
little.
did we hire that
Yeah.
extra part-time Salesforce team member to work 2 or 3 days a week that did not work out?
Right. Well,
So-
that brings up that question. We did not have that part-time employee until you gave us permission to hire a part-time employee.
Correct.
So would that have? I guess maybe it offsets because we had Lisa and now we don't have Lisa, so we did have another employee. Does it even itself out by having now a part-time employee that works whatever she will?
It would even us out if you lost a part-time employee, but if you never had it, you never lost it, and we just
Correct.
added that labor,
Right,
it
it wouldn't even out.
It would
Exactly,
not even
okay.
out.
For example,
But it'll even out in theory, because if you are ever over hiring, like this, let's just say this part-time person, I'm not even sure who we're talking about, let's just say you're over hiring it'll balance out with the revenue, because in theory is, if you hire more labor, you're going to make more
money.
revenue.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, what if you have more employees than you should have, but give less hours to all the part-timers because now you have an extra employee or extra 2 employees. So now all the the part-time people get cut down because of that, but the hours still even out.
That would balance out. Where you would feel the difference is in the bottom section of benefit and taxes. Right, because full-time employees, you got to give them benefit, you got to give them health care, you got to give them insurance, short-term, long-term. So it would increase your benefit and taxes, and your wages would balance out in that case.
It's better to have a bunch of part-timers, really.
Yes and no. Yes and no. And this is the way I see it. I think all your cashiers and all your DSRs should be part-timers.
Really?
Yeah, and your merchandise processors should all be full-time.
Well, we have 2 full-time DSRs.
If you have them, you have them. I mean, it's not a huge deal. One, I 100% think you can be more flexible when you have 2 part-timers instead of 1 full-time.
Yeah.
Right, because you can put one in the morning, you can put one at night, you can have them do 5 hours one day, 8 hours the other day. A full-time employee, they're either here in the morning or they're here at night.
Right.
You can't really split their time. And when you have 2 part-timers, you can say, hey, you come in 4 hours in the morning and you come in 4 hours.
Yeah,
so I think
it makes it easy.
For coverage, it makes it easy, that's where you need your coverage. DSR and cashier. You always need coverage there.
Right.
Your merchandise processors, we want them full-time because we want them to have that continuous work of that 8 hours.
Right.
They can also, if they're here on Saturday or they're here on Monday or they're here on Tuesday, it really doesn't make a difference. They're not covering the register, they're not covering your donor.
Right. As long as they get their hours in, it doesn't matter.
As long as they get their hours to get their production in, it doesn't matter when they do it.
Right.
But the other people, if possible, I would love to have cashiers and DSRs part-timers.
Right. Okay.
Again, I also rather have a full-time than nobody, right? You got to hire what you can get. So if you're in an area that you struggle a lot to hire, well, hire whatever comes through your door, right? Whether it's full-time or part-timer. But ideally, your cashiers and DSRs part-time.
Okay. And I guess that for this location, because there's so many less people in the area, we kind of have to. No, not that we have to hire everybody that puts an application in, but they have more of a chance because there's less to choose
for sure.
from.
And when I say hire anyone, I don't mean someone that's not qualified. We definitely don't want. But if you have a qualified employee that's full-time or part-time, like hire that person.
Right.
If you're a store that struggles a lot, hire. If you're a store that gets constant applications,
Yeah.
yes, I would love cashiers and DSRs to be part-time.
Interesting. Okay.
Um,
I did not know that.
One thing that when we opened Westchester, one thing that Andrew and I talked a little bit about is we would love to get production hired on a set schedule, basically where their days off would be like Sunday and Thursday.
Interesting. Okay.
Slowest days. We definitely want people there. Like Saturday's a day that I think, and I'm part of this as well, we fell into the habit just to kind of either please employees or that's just the way it was, where a lot of production in Goodwill Keystone area is done Monday through Friday.
Right.
When Saturday's probably your busiest day,
Yeah,
of
we
the
don't have that
week,
many.
we don't have any production going out. And granted, some stores do, and I think you guys have some going out, but in general, Goodwill
It's mostly
Keystone
people that are
area.
making up their time though.
Yeah.
They take a day off or they need a day off.
So going in new stores, you're hiring new people. They don't know the difference. They don't know. But they only work Monday through Friday.
Right.
So the Westchester store, I think I at least want to start trying it that way, where production people set schedules off Sunday and Thursday, every other day.
I'm gonna play the devil's advocate.
Yeah, please
here
do.
At this store, in specific. Well, specifically. Particularly. We have a kind of an inverse where our busiest day of the week, yes, is Saturday. How many extra people are we going to schedule on a Saturday to push if we had everyone here producing things while at the same time a $7,000 day
Yeah.
maintaining all that customer service as well? I honestly think though that Saturdays at this store in particular is not the best day to be producing X more.
Right, because there's so much more things
Because
that have to
there's
be done.
so many other
upstairs.
things that have got to be going right.
But does the size of the
Give me
store?
an example, because
Okay.
we're like devil's out.
Okay.
What
Saturday.
uh
What I'm saying
I'm
is
listening.
Saturday, we had 2 people upstairs, 1 person downstairs, $7,000 day, which means most of the time those cashiers were spending their entire time either
Running
maybe stepping
register.
away or running
100%.
register. So who's there to help push? Who's there to help do the things to
the merchandise process.
They,
that produce.
but then you're taking half their time to also push.
Right, but that $450 a day is baked in with their time to push. So in reality, they should always be pushing their stuff. Whether it's a textile team or the
But-
wear sorters, like it doesn't matter if it's Monday or Saturday.
We only have 1 full-time merchandise processor in wares.
Even if they're part-time, they should be putting away their own
It's
stuff.
hard for a part-timer though. They're only scheduled 3 or 4 hours that day to also spend half their time pushing what they produce too.
Yeah, but that 56 pieces an hour, it's baked into them putting away their own stuff.
Okay.
They should still, while putting away their own stuff, they should be still hitting that 56 pieces an hour.
I just think
I don't think they're doing that.
I just think it's hard.
It is hard.
Maybe one would be able to do that. The other.
Yeah, I agree. It's hard, but just like throwing
Yeah.
scenarios in there, you're right. Saturday's a $7,000 day
Yeah.
without new product going out.
Yeah.
If you had, let's just say, 2 merchandise processors putting out their stuff, the chances of selling that are going to be a lot higher because you got a lot more foot traffic. Like
Yeah.
it could have been a $9,000 day.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Maybe you have at least in this.
I know Andrew thinks that way too. Like he when he first got here, he wanted to switch all. He wanted this exactly Sundays and Thursdays off. The Goodwill he came from, that's the way they do it. All production, those are your schedules. It's you're off Sunday and you're off on Thursday.
Well, why Thursday? Just because it's a slower day.
To pick another day. Yeah, I want
Okay.
a slower day during
Yeah.
the week. Well, his main thing was he wanted people working on Saturdays.
Right.
He wanted more production. That's when more people come to the stores. That's when, you know.
Well, maybe you could have, like, I'll use us as an example because I only really worked here. We have that new person that's down here. She works on a Saturday, right? Maybe you have your 2 cashiers upstairs. You don't necessarily have, I mean, you have a cashier downstairs too, but her job be predominantly to push. or to organize or to anything. And then if it gets very busy, then we have her to run a register, but that also frees up people to, they're working back here producing. Not that it's 100%. I mean, you still have them, pushing as well, but we also have her helping out. It makes it a little bit less stress on the processor so they can still process. And at the same time, you still have 3 cashiers regardless to run registers if it starts getting busy.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, your cashiers, whether, when possible, they should and can be helping put away stuff. I think what Alpha was saying, I don't know how much time they're going to have on Saturday because there's so much people.
Yeah.
That just means between your merchandise processors and leadership are going to have to put that stuff out.
Right. And we still do,
Yeah.
But what about, and again, I'm just using this store as an example, but like, a Myron or somebody, that works his job, we give them a Tuesday and a Thursday usually. What if we took, I don't know, the Thursday away and gave them a Saturday? Then they could help as well.
Yeah, and I think it's more for your merchandise processors, not utility associates.
Okay.
Like Myron, basically is a utility associate. Yes, he helps out, he does things, but
Right.
he's not your high volume producer.
No, he's not.
So you want your high volume, your good pricers, your people working or putting out product when you have the most customers here,
Right.
right? So, I don't know, let's just say Saturday, the chances of selling something are going to double because you get double the foot traffic.
Right. It makes sense.
Now, in theory, kind of like, if it's good, it's going to sell on Monday and you'll still make the money.
Yeah.
But if it's not good, let's just say it's a tool that's specific to a welder, and I'm just giving an example, or a decoration, someone that collects birds, or someone that collects willow trees, the chances of that person coming in on a Saturday double
Much higher, yeah.
Right.
than any other day. So if I put out like a willow tree,
Yeah.
and Monday through Friday no one came in to buy that, like,
Right,
it
that's
sat
Saturday.
there for a week instead of turning it. The
Right.
more you turn the product on the shelves, the faster, the more.
It makes a
chances you
lot
have
of
to
sense
sell.
because a lot of people still work Mondays through Fridays anyway,
Yeah.
and then they're coming in on a
the
Saturday
weekend.
because that's when they have the time to do it.
Yeah.
And it's just why we have a hub.
And you can see it, like if you look at your KPM, I'll tell you, you can see your foot traffic. Your
Oh, yeah.
Saturdays are
Customer
definitely.
It's
pretty
always
much double.
Saturdays.
Yeah, it's your busiest
busiest
day.
day,
So
no
why
matter
not
what.
have the most product coming out on Saturday? It's your busiest day.
It makes sense to me.
All right, so back.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about.
So I know
wages.
we veered off.
Yeah,
but-
which is
but-
good. These are good conversations
Yeah.
to have. Basically, that would be your difference between that full-time and part-time. Is yes, it would balance out on the wages as you said, but where you would see the difference is on your benefits.
So Alpha, you already knew the answer to that question. And you knew it was
I have
because of Carter.
access. I have access to labor
Yeah.
reports.
Yeah, I would like to. I don't think we've really gone over labor reports like you and
I've
I.
shown it once.
Yeah, I think maybe once you showed it to me, but I don't really know much of it. P&L we've gone over a few times now, but
Yeah, and your labor report just basically you put the date range of whatever time
Yeah.
you're looking at, and it'll tell you every employee how much they got paid, how much is overtime, how much is bonus, how much is this, and it just breaks it all
And
down
breaks it
employee
down.
by employee.
and then you have a certain amount of labor per day. Is it broken down by
So
day?
this report is broken out by paycheck,
Mhm.
right?
Okay,
So you
right.
can look at one paycheck or two paychecks or as many paychecks as you want.
Okay.
So when you look at a month period of time, it's usually two. There's a few months that have three, right?
Right,
It's
right.
usually two paychecks, so you'll see everybody's name twice. Like you'll
Right,
see your
okay.
name twice, everybody's name
Okay.
twice, 'cause it's by
Because it's
paycheck.
by paycheck. Okay.
There's only
Sorry.
one wrinkle, I'd say, in all of this,
Mhm.
and that's was when, like we were just saying, when we have a month and it bleeds over into another. I mean, you could end up with some salary that's part of it.
For sure, for
month.
sure.
Right,
being
right.
clapped in with this one.
Right.
So
Like, we
you have
just
to
had
be
it-
mindful of that. how many
Last month we had
weeks
3
there are.
paychecks. So that would once we get to
You had 3
yeah,
paychecks last month?
Yeah,
we had 3.
Really?
that's
So-
what I was saying. At the beginning of the month, we got one, and then we have one at the one at the end.
Yeah, the 30th was.
Yeah, there's
Certain individuals were looking for that bonus check.
Yeah.
I don't want to act like I wasn't.
This is the second one this month. I didn't get it. Where's it at?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that we got the third. We got the
Yeah,
third one
end
on
of
the
the month.
30th.
I forgot we had
Yeah.
3 paycheck months last month. All right.
Yeah.
But does that kind of mess things up? I mean, I know we've talked about this before, and it does change things up because you have the third paycheck. But Does that mess things up as far as on looking at this report at all?
No.
Okay. All right.
Not for this report, not for the P&L. Because that, again, this is all actual dollars either earned or spent.
Right.
That's why it takes like 3 weeks after the month is over, because finance is reconciling everything,
Right.
making sure the dollars are in or out. And this is like, if you want the most accurate information of what was made and spent, is your P&L.
Right.
So-
Sadly, it takes like 3 weeks after the month is over to get it, but that is,
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
accurate.
been like a week and a half.
yeah,
So it's
I
been
have
getting
seen
closer,
it getting a little
yeah.
bit better, yeah.
The non-budgeted bonuses.
Mhm.
Now, each month, am I now able to take that amount and add it back at the very bottom, at the bottom line to figure out if the store still qualifies?
You mean take it out?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So it's in your P&L, just so you know
Yeah.
you spent that.
Yeah.
But for incentive purposes, you would subtract that from,
And then,
from the bottom line.
And that's the non-budgeted
Yeah,
bonus, because
exactly.
that's not included as
Correct.
part of the budget.
Correct.
Okay.
All right, so let's scroll down a little more. We talked about wages. We talked about the benefits. Like I said, those are all the benefits, and mainly for full-time employees.
Right. So then we have
So recruitment, retention, this is, as you can see there, you have your advertising. So let's just say, let's just say you're struggling to hire people. You might reach out to Chris and say, hey, put some money into Indeed or on Facebook and all this, and that's where you would see that.
Right.
Staff development, this is for December, right?
Yes.
So your employee relations, that's any kind of, I don't want to say party, but like any kind of,
Christmas party, wasn't it?
yeah, but it can really be, so employee relations, yes, it's mainly like for your parties and stuff, but it's not just parties. Let's just say, all right, I want to have a contest for Roundup, and the winner's gonna win, I don't know, a chocolate bar or an ice cream. That's not a party, but it would also be under that line of employee relations.
Okay, so that employee relations is reward.
Yeah,
rewards.
it's not rewards, because you got another line for rewards. It's more for something that you want to do to kind of engage your employees, keep them either motivated or.
I think the pizza party that we did I put it towards employee awards, and that's the reason why there's that 188.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, you put it in as that?
Yeah, when certain expenses, when you guys fill out what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have put it under employee relations, but.
Yeah, I didn't know at the time. I put it towards awards.
Same kind of section, so it technically will balance out.
Yeah, so, I mean, we're 333 and 188, we barely over the 500 total.
Yeah.
So we would have technically been
The totals are always on top, so that's what you spent, that's your budget. You were over by $25.
$25, so it wasn't anything too crazy,
Yeah.
but we still technically were over.
And then your next one is your professional fees, right? You'll see a lot of your IT fees in here. Some of them are going to be your loss prevention fees.
Saludos.
Saludos, buenas tardes. Sí, son tardes, ¿verdad?
Sí, cuando se desocupe me regala unos minutos más tarde.
Sí,
Antes
claro.
de que se vaya o algo.
Claro. ¿En privado? ¿Quieres hablar conmigo en privado?
No,
o-
puede estar.
Ah, ok. Sí, claro. Yo creo darnos unos 20 minutos más.
Está bien, sí, cuando se desocupen.
Sí, claro.
Gracias.
Sí, no, de nada.
You should be good.
I
kind of
he wants to talk to us before I leave.
All of us?
Well, that's what I asked. I'm like, is it private or is it? He's like, no, you can be in.
I know I have discussed with
Sure, I mean, you want to tell him now before we
Sure.
continue,
Yeah,
before he
yeah,
goes
yeah.
back up? I don't.
Hey.
Si no es privado, podemos hablar ahorita. Si quieres cerrar la puerta y hablamos.
Ah, no hay problema. Quería preguntarle si Goodwill tiene alguna división que asista a las personas que necesiten coger el seguro social y esas cosas.
He's asking if Goodwill has some kind of support for people that need to get like their social security.
the
like
EAP
that.
programs, maybe?
Yeah,
They offer some legal support.
yeah, they do. If not, the way I understand the EAP programs, it's more like a counseling thing.
Well, I knew that,
But what's this girl's name? the girl that goes out to stores and helps with that. Sí tenemos a alguien que ayuda en eso. God damn, I'm drawing a blank. We hired someone that kind of helps with these kind of things, goes to stores and support. She was at Ephrata, she was helping Caridad for something, and I even think she's been here before. She's been here.
Are you talking about Stephanie?
Stephanie, yes. Stephanie.
Guzman? Stephanie Guzman?
Guzman, yeah.
Okay.
Stephanie Guzman.
I'll email Stephanie to reach out to you.
Yeah. That's who, sí tenemos una persona que se dedica a ayudar a empleados con todo ese tipo de cosas, en asistencias. Si ella no puede ayudar, te guía y te dice dónde puedes buscar ayuda o qué. Pero sí tenemos a alguien dedicado nomás a ese tipo de cosas.
Sí, yo lo había escuchado, pero no estaba seguro.
Sí lo tenemos. So yeah, you just gotta send an email to her and she'll either come or reach out or figure it out.
No, she's always wanting to come to the store.
Yeah, she does. I'm sure she'll want to come. So
I'll give her your schedule and see if she can come out on one of the days that you're working, okay? All right.
¿Algo más?
No.
¿Es para usted? Okay.
Y yo no sé si sabían, pero yo tuve un accidente hace un tiempo y tengo tornillo de las caderas y soy
no sabía.
el mejor del trabajo.
Sí.
Pero el rendimiento no es el mismo, me canso mucho.
Claro. Sí, no sabía. ¿Era un accidente en qué? ¿Accidente
En Wyoming. Yo trabajaba en una mina de oro y un forklift me aplastó en la mitad.
¿El cabrón no sé si ya te digo, no?
No sé, yo no había dicho nada por miedo que me afecte o algo.
No, afectarme entonces el trabajo, no afecta. No sé si quieres que les diga o no.
Sí, puede ser.
So you just tell me that in Wyoming,
Wyoming.
he worked in a mine and he got smashed by a forklift.
I heard that part.
And he's got like all these screws and metals in them, so it's hard to work. Yeah. No sabía, pero bueno, aquí nosotros estamos aquí para ayudar a todas las personas. Lo más que pueden hacer el trabajo es que aplicarlos, y si no pueden hacer ese, buscamos un trabajo que puedan hacer. No, pero esa Stephanie te puede ayudar, ella sí te puede ayudar, 100%. Entonces, como te digo, si no sabe ya la respuesta, ella sabe con quién ponerte en contacto.
One of my friends.
Yeah, so I say like we don't care.
I know that I've actually approached him.
Sigo siendo el mejor.
That if, there's certain moves that happen, and certain individuals get in the direction. Like right now.
Yeah.
That's where I'm leaning right now.
Yeah.
So that I want to see him continue to grow. A little more.
También tenemos, por ejemplo, si quieres estudiar inglés o quieres estudiar algo, tenemos un reembolso para cualquier cosa que quieras estudiar. Hay muchas personas que están aprovechando este sistema que tenemos. I'm just saying about the reimbursement.
For education.
For anything, for anything.
Yeah.
You want to study English, you want to study art, you want to study painting, you want to study like Goodwill does reimbursement.
Para estudiar necesita uno como concentración y todo el tiempo uno pensando, y si no me muevo nos quedamos sin donde vivir y hay que estar todo el tiempo ahí.
Sí. No, ya
no.
Pero bueno, por si algún día puedes o algo, Goodwill ofrece eso, un reembolso de cualquier cosa que alguien quiera estudiar.
Yo quería saber eso lo del seguro social porque ya me habían dado la incapacidad, pero no tengo así como que el conocimiento y busco en internet y me enviaba un sitio y ese sitio ya me envía otro y no seguro de esa cosa y llama y nadie responde.
Pero yo creo que Stephanie te va a poder ayudar. Me da un contacto. Okay. Bueno, muchísimas gracias. ¿Cómo? ¿Qué dijiste?
Me guarden el secreto.
¿Cuál secreto? Sí, claro, nadie va a saber. All right, back to this. So we're at professional fees. Like I said, here's where you'll see your IT fees, your LP fees, any kind of fees. Sometimes depends, like you might see attorney fees in there if we're ever doing, like, for example, I want to say 2 years ago, I wanted to get this store a forklift. We had an engineer come in and kind of inspect the deck to see if it could support the weight. Came back no, but you would have saw like those are professional fees. We have to pay someone to come out here and do that. So, then the next bold thing there is purchase goods or cost of goods sold.
Right. This is our special surplus.
Special surplus and your new goods, whether it be your, I think you guys do just reusable bags here, right? For now.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, so it would be that and your special surplus.
Okay.
So do you remember how to calculate to see if you're successful in?
Yeah, it has to be double. We have to sell double of what we actually spend the money on to have it to be a success with it.
Yes, and double from what time frame? What are you looking at here?
Oh God, you're gonna stump me on this one. It wasn't monthly.
Nope.
No, it was.
That's right. It wasn't.
It was. Was it yearly?
Year to
It
date.
was
Year
yearly.
to date.
Yeah, because we talked about.
Yeah.
Yes, so I had a double think on that.
but that's
yes,
right.
we were
So
talking about
it-
putting things
So
aside.
it's not yearly, it's year to date.
Year to
right?
date.
So like for example, you're looking at December. You're not looking at a full year, but
Right.
you're looking at
From July
from
to
July
December.
to December.
Okay, that's
So in
right.
this case, tell me, does it look good or not?
Well, right now it does not look good.
Well, you can't tell just from that screen right there.
871%.
No.
So let's go column by column. What's the first column? Yep, what's that?
Oh, wait, this is not all part of it though.
Nope, it's just that first bold. It's just one
Just
line.
the 5,137.
Yep, what is that? What is that 5,100?
That's the money that we spent
Okay,
for the products that we bought.
right. And what was your
500.
budget?
Our budget would be $529.
Correct. So you're over by 4,608.
Right.
All right, that's this month. Remember, when we're looking at this line, the best way to do it is year to date. So year to date, how much have you spent?
4,000.
Nope.
No, okay, no.
Next column.
I'm over here, right?
That's not it either.
Come on.
That would be last year.
That's last year.
Yeah.
Right. Would it be
Yes,
over here?
that's it
29.
right there.
That's right. So that's this year. This is last year, and then this is the
Year
year
to
to
date.
date. Yes. But it still looks like we spent a lot more than we made back.
Yes, but that's okay, right? How do you know if you're making a profit on it? We only budgeted 3,000. You're right. We spent 29, which is just like kind of like the wages scenario. If you spend it but you make it up in revenue, it's okay.
Right.
So here you need to check. Did you make that up in your revenue? You spent 29,000. So let me get my calculator out. You spent 29,000.
672.
672. You want to double that, right?
Right.
I'm going to multiply it by 2
So it'd be like 59,000.
right here. 59,344. Did you make that?
No.
How do you know?
Well, even if we multiplied this by 12, it's still nowhere near it.
Those are expenses.
No. You gotta go up.
Those are expenses.
Oh,
you
we have to
spent
go.
that. Yep.
We have to go
You have
back
to go
up
back to
here.
your
That's
revenue.
right. That's right. Okay, and then we go to our special surplus. So that would say 40,000. Am I looking at the right one?
Yes. But you
40,000.
need to add something to that.
Okay. And the new goods,
And the new goods.
There you
Yes.
which is 4539 plus 12,400. So it's 52. It's close.
You're about 53. Yeah. So it's a
Yeah.
little under.
It's
Yep.
close, but it's not quite there. But it's still in profit range. It's not double, but we're still
Yeah.
making a profit.
Yes.
But it's not what we want. We want double, so we're a little less than where we want to
Yeah,
be.
and I still need them to figure out because your new goods.
Right, we have that Halloween new goods, but that means we actually made less than what it says. So we're even more down than we.
Yeah,
than where
because
we
year
want
to
be.
date, it says you've made 3,700 in Halloween new goods.
Right, and that's not true. 'Cause we didn't make anything with Halloween new goods. So technically, we're really at 49, right? 52 minus 3.
I don't know. I need finance to figure out what's going on with your new goods, but that's the step to figure out if you're doing good.
I gotta write that down because
Yeah,
I'm not
no,
gonna lie,
write it down.
I forgot that, and I don't want to forget that next month. So your COGS, cost of goods
Cost of
sold,
goods sold.
is your, this is under expenses.
I have a question.
Shoot. I'll be fast with this.
It involves this.
Go ahead,
see-
ask. He's just
Yeah, you can ask.
So did you have that conversation in regards to the equitable distribution of product when it comes to special surplus? To where some stores aren't getting whole Gaylords of plastic eggs?
Yes.
Okay.
We talked about it, but I
Okay.
don't know. So what we want to do, we want to get Tracy, which is the manager of central processing, to do new goods, special surplus, maybe not even new goods, it's more special surplus.
Uh-huh.
She ran a few years ago, and this might be before your times, we had a contract with Target
Yeah, I know
where
about
we
that.
sold, it was a $5 million business a year for us.
Yep.
She ran it. So she would get all the pallets and she would distribute them
Yeah.
between all the stores. We want to bring it back where she's doing that with our special surplus.
The reason I knew about it was because Ingo would tell me that we used to get a lot of really good stuff and it would be from Target.
Yeah,
And it would
yeah,
be-
I love the Target program.
My only concern is that I'm getting plastic eggs, whereas another store is getting electronics. How is that equitable if,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, I think it was like the easy button of like straight shipments and not have to like
yeah,
move anything. But we're all aware of it, Cheryl's aware of it, and we did talk about it, and we talked about bringing the program back to central processing, where they do an even distribution of the stuff, or as
That
much
would
as
be
possible,
great.
as much as possible. So, Cheryl was gonna talk to, and Lucas was there at the meeting, they were gonna talk to Tracy and the team,
Yeah.
and go back to where she's distributing all the special surplus.
Okay. That's good to hear.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm listening to you guys. Surplus, it's special surplus and new goods. Year to date. All right, I'm ready. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I write that down because I don't want to not remember next time.
all right, so back, keep scrolling down, we talked about our cost of goods sold. So now we're back to that month, right? The next one is supplies.
Right.
Again, you know, I'm looking at the bottom line, you're over by $300, I'm not too concerned.
Right.
If you looked at this, like you wanted to go down, so your office supplies, that one seemed a little high, you know, it's
It's double.
$300, yeah, it's pretty much double. Do you guys remember anything like out of the norm of office supplies that we had to order in
Did that tablet,
December?
was the tablet included in that? Remember we got the new tablet?
That would be underneath like IT or something like that, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I think it would be under there, but I think that would be more donated good supplies than office supplies, because that would be more donated good.
We're doubling that too.
Yeah, and that one, that tablet I can see under the donated goods. The office supplies would be your ink, your drums, your toner.
We did order two.
She did order double on machines because we have a tendency to run through them.
So that's probably where your office supply is your ink, your drums. Every once in a while you might need a new printer, where that would be there. But yeah, it's mainly your inks and drums and things that you need.
Okay.
Maybe if you ordered, I don't know, paper clips or staples or just stuff for the office.
I mean, well, the bigger ones would be like printer tape.
Yeah.
Because that right there is, I mean, that's easily over 100.
The ink for that is expensive. So again, but you know, you're just $300 over, not too concerned. Your next one is your telephone. You know, you got your regular bills for your telephone, your cell phones, and your ISP charges, which is not the amount. So there's two ISP charges. I think the other one's labeled like bank charges or something like that. That one is the amount of times you use a credit card, they charge us the fee.
Right,
This
right,
is just
right.
more having the service fee.
Right. Okay. But we're pretty high on that as well.
Yeah, you're $100 over. I'm not worried about $100, $144 over.
Okay.
Scroll down a little more so we can go to.
Wait, why is the cell phone 42% less? I know we don't use the cell phone, but if I remember last month, it wasn't that much less.
If I had to take a guess, is your cell phone still working? I don't think we're using the store cell phone
I don't
anymore.
think we are.
Yeah, I think that
We've
one
never
came off.
used it. I didn't even know we had one. at
But you were
first.
paying for it, and I think
It's in the
now we
office.
disconnected the service.
It's
Okay.
in the other office, it's underneath the monitor.
No, I know where it's at now, but I'm saying when I first got, when we first.
Yeah, most stores weren't using it. That's why we
No,
took
no.
it off. More times than not, that was just collecting dust in the office.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, scroll down, go to occupancy cost.
Now, there's a $200 discrepancy between the building rent. Does that mean the sheet went up, or?
It could have been.
There's 176?
Normally, when we do budgets, we do use a software that tells us, because rents do go up, and they always
Yeah.
don't go up in the beginning of the year. So it could have been that rent went up. It's something I would have to drill down in.
But for $200 more,
Hey,
seems.
that's kind
No,
of the difference
that's it. Yeah, I mean,
sometimes.
because it could have been.
That's 176 more.
It's just a weird number for rent to go up by $176. You would think it would be an even number, right?
Not if it's based on a percentage.
Yeah, so it looks like it's close to 1%. So 4,527 plus 1%. Yeah, so it's still gonna go up that much. So let's do
So
this a
when you say
different way.
percentage, that's the.
So rent usually goes up by a percentage. Like they'll say, all right, so it's gonna go up 2% every year.
Okay,
or
okay,
5%.
I got you.
Um,
I thought you meant like percentage of what the store makes.
so, no.
So how would they know that? Okay, all right.
4,527. Well, yeah, that doesn't make sense because that would be just below the number.
Maybe it was something that they had to do on their end to fix something, or.
Nah, you would see that under your triple net. That's where when they have to fix something, or for example, if they hired the snow removal, most of ours are we contracted, but some leases, like some plazas, they do it.
Right.
You would see that under triple net, or they paved the parking lot, or they did something. You would see that under triple net.
Override.
Don't, I want to talk about that HVAC.
Percent. Yeah, it looks like it is some kind of percentage. 4,527%.
Well, look, there's building property maintenance. Wouldn't it be under there too, or something? If they had to fix something, or.
That would be ours. We had to repair something.
so
Your
that's
triple
us.
net is when your landlord does
I
something.
see.
The building property maintenance and repairs is when we had to do something.
So if we call, I don't know.
I don't know, that door, you got
Yeah,
billed for
yeah.
it, you paid for it, that would be your
Right,
building
right,
property
gotcha,
maintenance,
gotcha.
repairs, things like that. So the triple net is when your landlord fixes. So when your landlord fixes something, they never pay for anything. They
Right,
put
right,
that
they put
cost
that on
onto the
us. Right,
tenants,
right.
right?
Of course.
So that's just the way it works. But the building properties repairs, it's like we decided to do something.
Right,
We, whatever the case may be, like I'm thinking the store, whatever you guys, the guy.
Dowdy got it from
Yeah.
the warehouse.
Okay, so
I don't
you didn't
think
pay
he
for the
even-
door. Maybe
yeah.
the screws, you would have paid for the
Yeah.
screws or whatever
Right,
he
right.
got, but that kind of thing, that's your building.
But still,
property.
their time to come out.
I mean,
here.
you did spend 1,200 in December. So they fixed something, some kind of maintenance was done in December here.
I'm trying to remember because
Water heater.
that what it was?
We had a water heater, but I want to remember if that was November or December, because it's a small tank. It's
I
not
thought
a
that was
big one.
November. I thought we talked about the water heater last time.
So even if it was November, it doesn't mean the bill didn't hit till
Yeah.
December.
Okay.
Right? Because it depends. This is, you
Yeah.
spent this in December.
Yeah.
Now, the water company could have taken a week to send the invoice, and then it took us a week to
Right,
do the check
right,
and the
right.
PO. So it could have been the water heater from November, but you paid
Yeah.
something in December.
I thought that we talked about the water heater last month, though. I thought we. I
Well,
know.
that
I remember,
doesn't mean that we didn't get billed until December is what Daniel said.
Yeah.
no, but I thought we got billed for it last month.
And you did. Last month was
Last
December.
Or, no, I mean November. The last
Okay.
month.
Not if it happened towards the end of November.
Yeah. It all depends when the bill came in.
Okay. So that evens itself out in certain ways as well. You know, where some you get work done at the end of the month and then the next month.
It evens out if you budget for it, but
Right.
sometimes, like if I didn't budget for that water heater, it's not
Yeah.
gonna balance out.
Right. So the one month we would be over and the other month we'd be short, and it would even out.
Well,
after
you
that
wouldn't be
second month.
short the second month. You wouldn't be short. You would just be over. If you had an expense come through that wasn't
Hey,
budgeted
what was
for,
that?
you would just be over.
Okay.
May I have a manager to
It
look
wouldn't
at
balance
that,
out.
please?
Not on that case because I didn't budget for the water heater.
Right.
If
Right.
I
right.
had if I had budget for it in a different month, yeah, it would balance
It would
out.
have bounced
But
out.
if I didn't budget for it, and you just expense it, it would never balance out.
Right. That makes sense. 'Cause you're not expecting it.
And then you have your electric, your water, your sewer, all that normal stuff. I know Alpha had a question about the
Yeah.
HVAC
Look at the
repairs.
difference. My God. That's a big jump.
Yep, I already spoke to Alpha about that, so I don't know what his question is. I already told him what it was.
And then your miscellaneous occupancy costs. That's just like, I guess, everything else that you may spend on something that's not included in all these things for miscellaneous occupancy.
Yep.
Okay.
And then scroll down, you got your equipment maintenance and repairs, nothing spent there. Printing and advertising, nothing spent there. Travel, like this is like if you have to go to a meeting or you have to go, you would see that there, but looks like nothing happened in December. Keep scrolling down. Goodwill Industries Internationals, we do pay dues to them, but we don't break it out by store. Yeah.
Here's what's going on. Two ladies are standing next to the table. Another lady. These two ladies are standing next to it saying, hey, how would you handle that?
So is the price a sticker or like a furniture? First come, first serve. So the table upstairs?
Yeah, upstairs, by the registers.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
So we got the labels. Yeah. Looks like they're giving me access to the labor reports.
Oh,
Popped up on my phone.
perfect, yeah.
Did you
That
guys
was
email them and tell them to give me access?
You did. When you hit that.
Oh, I hit the
hit
request,
That
right?
sent them an email.
Or just automatically they'll do it, okay.
They'll do it if you're allowed to have that, which
Yeah.
you should, so.
That's why I wasn't sure if you guys had said something after we don't.
No, it's just that request that you sent.
Nice.
Like, oh, they check your position, production manager should
Okay.
have access.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
All right, then depreciation, I think we talked about that last time. It's everything
We
you
did.
buy, it loses values.
Yeah,
So then the last line there is your total expense.
right, so we did go a
So
little
you're
higher.
over by $15,000. Now, Man, that is high.
That's high, yeah. The HVAC, whatever that
Yep, the
situation
HVAC was like 4,000,
But that still doesn't account for 9 or.
but your wages
11.
were 3,
Okay, so that's 7.
and then your non-budgeted was probably around 3 too as well. Go up a little more, right under wages,
Isn't that
a
much?
little up, right around there. Yeah, 3,000.
Okay, 3,000, but that's still.
So
only-
that's 6 right there between salary and non-budgeted bonus. That's 6,
Right.
and then what was it, 4 for the
4,
HVAC?
Right, so that's 10.
10.
It's still another 5 though.
So scroll down a little more.
Oh, here we go.
Up, yep,
There
your
it
cost
is.
of goods sold. That's another 4,000. So there's your
That's
15
it
right there.
That still seems really high. I know they get added in like we talked about, but that's too much.
No, that's like I said, you'll see the revenue from that.
Okay.
What happened?
Just a lot all at once, that's all.
What happened?
So are books not supposed to be senior citizen discounts? Are they supposed to be applied to books?
Yeah.
They're not coming up.
They're not coming up.
No,
They should.
they're not coming up.
Okay. We need to send an email to IT and let them. No, that is not. All right. So scroll back down to your total expenses. All right. Well, before go back up a little bit. Go back to that HVAC because I know you said you had a question about the HVAC. Nope. Go back down.
Wait, did I miss it?
Down.
It's like
Right around there.
4,000 and some change.
Yeah.
There it is right
Is
here.
that based on a quarterly or a 4 months?
4 month.
Okay, so my question to you is, he came out, replaced filters, checked on a couple, and then said, I'll see you later. If that's for 4
Can
months
someone
worth
bring
of
the
work,
elevator up, please?
I get the possibility that something may cost more in the future, but I paid a guy $1,000 just to,
So it's
That's
not
what I'm
just
looking
that.
at, yeah.
It is all of your filters,
yeah.
anything that they might need of supplies, and them coming out and not only putting the filter, like replacing all your filters. That's what you pay.
Okay.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot
For
of
4
money.
filters.
Yep.
We could have did that ourselves.
Well, it's not for filters, so they
Okay, that's what I
buy.
wanna know.
They buy like I want to say because I brought this up with Bruce on Friday as well, because I'll show you a picture. These are the filters at Hanover.
The big box types.
These are all the boxes that Hanover has of filters.
Yeah, I've got like 3 or 4 myself.
Yeah. So in order for us to get a better rate,
Mm-hmm.
we had to buy, I want to say it was 6 months worth of filters. And they're shipping them to the stores to hold. I think we started at 3 and then they raised it at 6 to get a better price. So you're paying for all the filters and the replacement of the filters when they come out and do all their preventative maintenance. Yes, half the time it's just, hey, they moved the filter and put a new one in. I brought that up because I was also at Hanover and one of the filters they took out was like brand new.
Yeah.
And they still replaced it. And this is the answer I got is that is still better paying that than we work in Goodwill. There's a lot of dust.
Yeah.
And maybe because one unit didn't have a lot of dust doesn't mean the other one. When they get clogged, each unit is over $50,000. So they rather pay $1,000 so it doesn't break down than have to have it break down and you still gotta buy a filter. You're still gonna have to pay the maintenance, but we don't have to pay the HVAC unit. In the long run, it saves us money
How often do they change the filters?
every month.
So that 4,000 though, that's for six months of them.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what those 4,000 is, but pretty much yes, it's for the filters and for their work for 4 months. 4 months. Yeah.
So
So I'll read you
So
the
$1,000
exact email.
$1,000 a month.
Pretty much.
That's why I was kind of like,
That does seem a little high.
because he came out.
I get we're saving money
2
in the
days
long
ago.
run, but
Well, it was like, no, it was like Friday. He came out, changed the filters, checked on a couple of the machines. I saw him with a piece of an instrument.
yeah.
And then hey, I'll see you
I
next
might- I
month.
might be in the wrong business. Maybe I should be changing filters.
Alright, so In December, with it, okay, this is Riverview provided Goodwill Keystone area with a large invoice in December for 4 months worth of HVAC preventative maintenance and filter changes at all of our locations. This invoice alone was $163,000, which hit all in December. Had we been billed monthly, would have been about spread out over the past months at about 40,000 each. So we get billed about $40,000 a month for preventative maintenance.
But that's for all the stores.
That's for all the
All
stores.
stores.
So
But-
that's divided by 22, and it's still over.
Well, no, divided by 41.
Oh, by 40. Well, that's what I'm thinking of it. That's right. It's 41.
So it's a little under 1,000. What is it, like 900 and something? That's how much we pay for preventative maintenance every month per store.
Wow.
So what happened is they hadn't billed us the 3 months prior,
So they
and they
all
hit us
at once.
all. So we have requested that Riverview bill us on a monthly basis going forward. So
Yeah.
you're not gonna see that big hit altogether, but
It's-
that's how much we pay. Like that's
I guess it's
preventative maintenance.
I guess it seemed like a lot, but
It does seem like a lot, but listen.
50,000 is worse than.
My question goes to,
I'm listening.
if, even if it's say just moving forward, did they bill us say 1,100?
Mhm.
We're only budgeted $292 though.
Yeah, because Riverview was a new company we went to. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah,
We had this huge issue with the company we had before.
Yeah.
Wasn't doing their filter changes. They weren't showing up monthly to do the things. We had a couple units break down. So after the budget was made, we decided to go with Riverview, and at that point the budget's made. You
Yeah.
can't change it.
Yeah.
But going forward, you know.
So for next year.
For next year, the budget
Yeah,
should
next year
balance
it'll
out.
change.
Yeah.
So we eat a little bit this year, but that makes sure that we get the job done the right way.
Yes.
We're paying extra to make
Yes.
sure that things are done right, and we're not risking a much bigger.
A much
expense.
bigger expense, exactly.
Yeah, it seems like they're getting us a little
Every
bit. But
big
it's-
retailer does this. It's just what they call, like I said, it's preventative maintenance. It's, another thing that we're doing now is we're installing these thermostats in all of our stores that are regulated by a third-party company.
Right.
So it'll be like at 10 o'clock at night, the temperature goes to like, 50 degrees, and then at 8 in the morning it kicks back up. So
Right.
now we're no longer gonna do it. It also has an AI tool built in where it'll alert us if something's like wonky with the unit,
Yeah.
right? It's gonna cost us money. All of this costs money. It's a third-party company that's gonna monitor all of our units. It's gonna regulate all of our systems, but in the long run, it saves us money. I think AC Moore had the same company we're using now.
Yeah.
It's common practice for.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
It's also harder, time-consuming, labor-wise. So let's just say Wes. I don't know how much he makes. But you had your own HVAC repair guy. Kendick had their own. Philly stores had their own. When there's an issue, it's like, all right, who am I going to? Who's doing this filter?
Right,
It's just so
right.
much easier to have one company that's going to do all of our territory, who is going to be responsible for all of this stuff.
Yeah,
I
it
get
causes
it.
less
Listen,
stress.
it's $1,000, but in the long run, the preventative maintenance should save us money on any kind of breakdown of equipment because it shouldn't happen as often.
Right.
Which we were probably replacing units 2 or 3 a year,
Yeah, and if it's 50,000.
and we had someone that was supposed to be doing, and they didn't do a good
Yeah,
job.
when you put it like that, it makes more sense.
Yeah,
Just paying a little extra
it's
money.
pay a little extra a month, but in the long run, your unit should last an extra 10 years.
It's almost like insurance, basically.
Yeah,
for it,
pretty much.
If you really
Yeah.
think about it. Yeah, they're gonna get us a little bit, but it's better than getting us a lot.
Yeah,
so I get it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's $1,000 a month. Seems like a lot, but
And then when you have 4 months at once, that's really what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was. You got hit with 4 months. We did ask Cheryl if she was gonna kind of take that out, and her and Andrew said no because you saved that money the 4 months prior. You didn't get billed for it then. So scroll back down, and I want to see about the incentive because we'll check it in fact. Now go all the way to the total expense.
Okay.
So We spent $90,000. Our budget was 75. We were over $15,000. So when you look at your net, it looks like we were down 17%. So now, I want to do a little bit of math here. So
And I remember you explaining this to me
your
last month.
budget, what does that say? 8832.
Wait. What am I looking?
Your
yeah, right here.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so we're gonna add 10% to that.
Okay.
In order to get your 10% bonus, you need to have, write this down, 9,715. Put 16, right? Just to make sure. $9,716. Okay. You need to add your e-commerce to that. What's your e-commerce budget?
9,200.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're gonna add that 9,000. So what was it? 9716 plus what's your e-commerce
it's like
budget?
9283 or
9198.
9198.
I round up.
So you have to make 18,914 to get your 10% bonus, right?
So what's that number again? I'm sorry.
Oh, I deleted the last one. It was 18,916, but 18,916. All right, so let's see where you really fall at. So right now you have 7287.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna add your unbudgeted bonuses. Can you scroll back up to your unbudgeted bonuses?
It was 3.
Something like that. There it is.
3,067.
Plus 3,600.
No, 3,067.
3,067? 67. All right. You're at 10,354. What did you guys do in e-commerce for the month of December?
December?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure we met it. I know we at least met
We
it.
met it, but it wasn't.
So let's look at. Let's find out.
Yeah.
Go to your email and do a search
Yeah.
for Seth's email
Seth's email
that
on
came out.
Yeah, where we ranked.
Yeah.
It was recent.
It was probably, so it's the first of the month, right? But the
Yeah.
first was a holiday, which was, I think, was Friday. The second was Saturday. The third was Sunday. So you probably sent it out like the 4th or the 5th.
You just all you gotta do is type in Seth.
Yep, type in Seth and then go down to like January 4th or 5th.
I wanted to write that formula you were just explaining, though, and we were talking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll go back and write it down.
Search bar. Yep. Seth Dillinger.
Yeah, so you guys got it.
I must have spelled his name wrong.
D-E.
Is it D-E? Let me just type in Seth. He's the only Seth, I think.
And then scroll down to like January 4th or 5th. 13.
Be
Right,
last
no,
month.
further down. Right, somewhere around there. Oh, that's the
December
5th.
Here
it is,
There it
yeah.
is.
So we got 14,000.
So I'm gonna add, what'd you say, 14 what?
$14,074.
So your net was actually 24. What was the magic number we had to hit? Like 18, if I remember. So overall, you know, even with those big expenses for the HVAC and all that, you guys still made your 10% net.
I can tell you now
Uh-huh.
that January not so much.
We barely.
The e-com, no, we didn't get
Well,
it.
the econ we didn't get. We were only
Even
what,
with the 99910 account,
Mhm.
we're still 8,300 with the 99910 account. Yeah.
So
Well, that goes back to what I was discussing, is the number of postings. Because
Yeah, I
we've seen
know
a
what you're
steady decline in the number of postings.
So, without knowing your expenses, I don't know.
Yeah,
We have
yeah.
to wait till your P&L comes out, because even if you did, let's just say you did crappy in sales,
Yeah.
but maybe you also save money because a lot of people You know, we didn't open, well, you guys don't open ever on Sundays, but
Yeah.
people that called out Monday, you saved
Yeah.
that. We saved on wages, we maybe saved on bonuses, you maybe saved on, so without really getting your P&L, it's hard to know
Right.
if you are gonna get it. Now, you can look at your KPM, and you can look at your e-commerce sales and pretty much gauge, but that's just revenue. You never know what your expenses are gonna
Expenses.
come in.
But we also won't have a $4,000 hit on HVAC.
Yeah, exactly, you won't have that hit.
So
Are we gonna get $1,000 hit on HVAC?
No,
Is that?
we paid, I thought it was we paid up for the next 4 months.
No, those were the 4 months prior.
3,000.
You're gonna
So
get,
we
I
$1,000.
don't know, you're gonna get like an $800, $900
Yeah.
expense.
Yeah.
I budgeted like 240, so it's gonna be like
So,
$600 around there.
But it's not 4,000.
It's not 4,000,
No,
yes.
it's 4,000.
And then there was also another expense that came in December that was high, so let me go back and find that email, Daniel.
That was for the Gaylords.
Yep. That was for-
Underneath donated goods, wasn't it?
Yep, so let's just go back here. So also, the supply cost.
Supply, that's what
Yep.
it was.
Now, not all stores got hit with that for some reason. See, you didn't get hit with it.
Where would we find?
Yep, go down,
Go down,
keep
no,
right
no,
there,
right there.
right there. So, according to finance, it said supply costs, these are up due to significant purchases of surplus goods which are being expended over 2 months, as well as purchases of Gaylords and other necessary supplies to adequately operate and feed the supply
But
chain.
they dumped that underneath donated goods or office supplies or,
It would have been donated goods.
okay, so we're still high in donated goods.
No, but $100.
Yeah, $100.
No. So this is how it should have read. As a result, expenses such as purchase of cost of goods sold. Oh, so they put it non-wheeled containers.
Right there, but we don't have it.
Yeah,
We
they
don't
don't
have
have
it.
that.
So this says,
We're gonna get that this month.
which were budgeted. So we budgeted $75,000 combined for everyone for the month. That bill came in at $263,000.
Oh,
$200,000 over on that line. So you might get that hit on January.
it's like a $5,000 hit.
263. Let's see.
More maybe.
263 divided by 41.
6,000.
6,400.
No,
They were
January might
budgeted.
not be.
They were budgeted 75,000 divided by 41. So take away 2,000 from that.
So there's another $4,000.
$4,000 hit on that.
So we,
Listen,
ahead of time.
You got a $4,000 hit and you still got your 10% bonus. You can do it again.
yeah, but our e-com is not what it was in December for this past month.
6,000 showed on the econ,
Yeah.
and we were 13,000 over in sales for the month. So
13,000. And how much were you short in econ?
So it was a
we're
$7,000.
only short, like, yeah. But if you added it to the 99910 plus what we actually made, we were only short like 900.
So you made about 9,000.
Yeah.
And you were 13,000 over. So let's just say
Yeah.
you're 13,000 over. Take away that $4,000 hit. It's still $9,000 over. If all your other expenses are in line, you should still be in good shape.
Yeah, we were only budgeted 93 for the month. 93,000.
Again, without having your expenses,
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
know.
Not until finance gets
Yeah.
involved.
Can you tell me that formula to add together?
Yeah, so scroll
sorry,
down to the
I
bottom.
want-
No.
that's
Scroll
important.
down to the bottom. All right. So the way you do it, this is your budgeted net,
Okay.
right? So you're gonna get whatever number's there, and you're gonna add 10%. So I'll do it with you so you see kind of what I'm doing.
883.
880.
Yep.
Alright. So that is what you were supposed to make.
Right.
But in order to get your top incentive, right? Because
Yeah.
it's just top. What I do, I add 10% to it.
Right.
So now you know you had to make this much.
Okay. 75, 20 cents.
But now you have to add your e-commerce to this.
Mhm.
So what is your e-commerce?
It's not 9,200.
I don't remember now. You said 19 something.
Our,
9,100.
I'm thinking of what we have to make.
What
What
did you
we
say?
No,
9,100.
we
did
made
14.
I don't want to know what you made. I want to know what your budget
91,
Oh, yeah.
91, 98.
Yeah,
So,
92.
is. You would add 91, 98 to that.
So total would have
So
been.
now this is that magic number to hit
Yep.
to get that 10% incentive.
Then you take the first column, and you add in what you actually did in e-com.
Yep, and you subtract the unbudgeted bonus.
Yep.
So now we know our magic number to hit. So now we're gonna see if we hit it.
Right.
So now you're gonna get what you actually made, which is 7,287.
Mm-hmm.
That's the excess. 7287.
And then you're gonna add your what you actually made in e-commerce,
Like 14,000 and some change.
which was 14,000.
14,074.
14,074.
Okay.
And then you also have to add, because Cheryl does this, is that non-budgeted bonus.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go back to your P&L,
All right, that was
3,000 something.
64, something like that.
Oh, wow.
And you don't even need to add it because you're already over that magic number.
Right.
It's
But
just,
I'm just writing
yeah,
this
to
for
write it
the
down.
future.
so now you would add that,
Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
now scroll all the way up to your bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
A little more, right around there. 3,067. 3,067.
Okay.
So now you would also add that to there, and now your net is 24,000.
That is 24,000, which is about $5,000 more.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right, thank you.
Not a
I appreciate it.
No.
It just stinks because we're only doing this once a
Once
month.
a
So
month,
it's like
I
the next
know, I
month
know.
comes and I like when last month and the time before when we did it, when you left, I was like, I know this. This is great. I got it. And then like the next month, I'm like,
Yeah.
I knew this.
Yep, that's why you got to do it every month. So you.
Yeah, once I do it a few
Yeah.
times, I'll get better with it. But I really wanted, you know, throughout the month, just keep going back so it stays fresh in my head.
Mhm.
That's what I need to do. But thank you. Very helpful.
Good. I'm glad that was helpful. All right. What other question?
I'm scared now. We didn't get it hit. We're gonna get hit. Oh.
But at least we know it's gonna happen. You know?
I mean, I'm surprised. To be honest with you, I don't know what's gonna happen. I think you guys might have dodged the bullet and they didn't put it in there because finance
Yeah.
said you got that hit in December. but
Yeah.
Finance didn't say it will be.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
So
We
I
should-
actually think you guys dodged that bullet for some reason or somehow.
we should still think that.
But
it
we
may
don't know.
become-
Yeah.
we should
You
still-
might see it on your next P&L.
Yeah, let's just have it in our minds
Pretend
that
it's
it
there,
might
yeah.
happen. Yeah, and then we'll know. You know, we'll be pleasantly surprised if it goes the other way.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, always expect the worst.
Yeah. So, but even if you do get hit, it doesn't, you know, you
Doesn't
might
mean
still
we're
get
not.
it. Yeah. All right. What other questions you guys have?
I remember last time you asked me this, I said I'm good right now, but I'll think of something.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I was good. I think that anything that I did have after that, I kind of ran through with Alpha, and he was able to answer. But I have to say the same. Like it seems pretty self-explanatory. And it's not even a question. It's just I just need to look at this more often and really understand it.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, that's what it comes down to for me. Well, again, once I do it a few times, you know, I'll get it. But you know, when you don't fully know something and you just in your mind you're like, man, I just wish I knew so I wouldn't have to worry about it. That's where I'm at right now. I feel like I know it now.
And
You're
it'll
here.
come. It'll come. Don't stress yourself out. We'll do this every month until you're 100% sure that you got it.
Sam being on LA or FMLA, they're gonna use her PTO first, correct? And then that should automatically happen because she's actually sending me messages about I'm not seeing anything different.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, as long as the FMLA paperwork was done, submitted
Yes.
it all.
And I got a confirmation from Heidi that it was all done correctly.
Yeah.
As far
So she won't see that till the pay stubs, like when you better
Yeah.
check it. Right?
Yeah.
That's when she'll notice it, but she'll see it there. I've never heard of any issue with that. Because even on our end, we want to take it out, right? Because we don't want her to have the FMLA and then come back and still have the
Go on
PTO.
vacation.
Yeah.
Well,
So
there's a problem now because she's saying that, okay, all the paperwork's in 3 to 4 weeks. She told everyone here 2 weeks. So now it's, oh no, is she gonna spend more time out?
well, it doesn't matter what she says.
Oh.
We go by whatever the doctor says. So and that happens a lot. Sometimes employees want to come back, right?
Yeah.
Because they need the money, they need the job, but we can't allow them unless their doctor says. Yep. We don't listen. So it doesn't matter what she told everybody. We're gonna go by whatever the doctor put on that paperwork.
It just makes it really hard to schedule people.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. And so supposedly, when is she coming back?
The week that next week.
Next week.
But I don't, because she told Brenda one thing, she told me a different thing.
And she told me she didn't know. When she told me, she's like, oh, well, maybe 2, but, you know, well, she said she's not going to know until the doctor actually does this procedure. So she doesn't have a definitive answer until that's done. But I believe it's done now.
It's already done.
So-
She's supposed to go for a follow-up at the end of this week.
I think that's when they tell her.
Yeah,
that's when
tell
we'll
That's
know.
when she
Yeah.
doesn't know. Yeah, but you might be where, what if the doctor says, hey, she's got to be out another month?
Yeah, I've already pre-planned it. I've already started making schedules for, he's at the other store, that myself, and he'll, the 2 days that he's here will end up being closing days.
Right.
And the rest of the week, I'll be closing 2, Brenda will be closing 2. That takes care of 6 days.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't have to get to that.
No,
when is her
no.
follow-up?
She said at the end of this week.
She didn't put a date.
She didn't tell me anything. She went with Heidi on all of it. But then again, I was under the impression that she'd be back on Monday.
And she might.
So yeah.
We don't know. We'll see what the doctor says.
You know what? I do have a question, actually, now that I'm looking at this. So this says percent expenses to store revenue. So if I'm looking at this, it looks like we spent more than what we actually brought in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You got to remember though, part of that expenses was that $4,000 with HVAC.
Right.
That was a big part of that.
But it's just giving a percentage, it's not giving an actual number.
Yeah, and that's all it is.
Well,
It's
it's all-
that,
yeah.
That's telling you, out of every $100 you make, 92 of it is going back to expenses.
Okay.
Or, if every $100, 67 is going to your wages.
Right.
And you always want to be under in
Under.
percentages. So in this case, your expense is higher, but your wage
Is
is less, which is a good thing. And you can always see it year to date as well. So like year to date,
Right, that's over here.
yep, right there. So in both of them, you're under. Your expenses, you're kind of, just under, but not a whole lot.
No, we're still.
But that's your wages.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm looking
Yeah,
wrong.
your wages.
So we
is
are
good.
on.
Yeah, your wages look
barely on.
Yeah, your wages looks
Yeah.
better. Your expenses, it's good, but it's right where it should be. Where ideally you want to be the least, the lower percentage, the better.
Right. Okay.
All right then. Well then, I'll get out of your hair. Let you guys do whatever you guys need to do. If you guys have any other questions or anything you need, I'll be there on Monday. I'll get there a little bit late, just because I have those meetings. But I'll get there and I'll work with you a little there.
Knock on wood.
Early.
I do expect to have a good month. I mean, like I said, we are 13,000 over. We only missed econ by less than 1,000. So if there isn't any unexpected expenses, I
You
think we should be good.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we'll be good there.
Oh, it is getting hot.
So much
Sorry.
I will say that it will be a full year, if that's the case, where we've gotten, the entire store's gotten bonuses, and
Nice.
it's felt really
That's
good.
beautiful.
Yeah,
That's so good.
I know that the people are happy about it.
Sure.
Front register, please.
It does not stop.
Thank you.
Yeah, no,
As,
thank
as
you for
always,
everything.
as always very educational.
Good. Good to hear. All right. Well, then I'll see you Monday over there at Berwyn.
Yes, sir. Look forward to it. See you then.
Hey, have a good day, everyone. Buen día. Estamos hablando. Rafa se va a comunicar con nosotros, ¿ok?
All I have to do is say, put you in for 15 minutes later.
So you went ahead and come in early.
It won't affect. All right, yeah.